Hello everyone and welcome back. In my previous video, I did say that my next video would be a video of me taking you to 5 historic places that you can visit free of charge in London. The first place I'm going to take you to is Trafalgar Square, which is probably the most famous public space in London. But do you know where it gets its name from? It's from the Battle of Trafalgar, which took place off Cape Trafalgar in Spain in 1805. It was a famous victory for the British Royal Navy, defeating the French fleet and stopping the Emperor Napoleon from invading Britain. And who is that guy at the top of the huge column in the square? It is none other than Lord Horatio Nelson, the most famous British admiral ever, whose brilliant skill defeated the French. Admiral Nelson was killed by a bullet before the end of the battle. Trafalgar Square has been the center of so many events and activities over the years. Political demos, New Year celebrations, great cultural events like this one you see here. It's like the beating heart of London. And if you hang out here, you will experience the full life of this wonderful and beautiful city. Every time I come here, I find something new. Here is a clue to my second location. Why do so many places in London include the name Albert? The Albert Embankment, Albert Bridge, Albert Apartments. The Royal Albert Hall, one of the most famous concert venues in the world. The answer lies just across the road from the Albert Hall in Hyde Park, where this spectacular monument pays tribute to the man himself, Prince Albert, the husband of Queen Victoria. It's the symbol of a tragic love story. Victoria came to the throne as a young girl of just 18 years of age, and Albert was the handsome young prince from Germany who became the love of her life. She literally worshipped him, and after her wedding night, she wrote in her diary that his excessive love and affection gave me feelings of heavenly love and happiness. They had 9 children together. Yes, 9. When Albert was just 42 years old, he died from typhoid fever. Victoria was totally devastated and more or less disappeared from the public view for 10 years afterwards. Her world had ended. Then she insisted that his name should be remembered through projects and constructions all over London, including this incredible golden statue. At the time, it cost an amazing £120,000. And in today's world, or today's money, that will be about $15 million. A great token of Victoria's love. But wait, who paid for it? The British taxpayers' money, of course. We are right here in Covent Garden, and I'm just about to take you to Covent Garden Market, which is one of those places you visit in London that you don't have to pay a dime. Also have in mind that in Covent Garden there, we also have an Apple store. So if you have an Apple phone and which has an issue, you can always bring it here and for it to be sorted. Come with me and I'll take you right in. Covent Garden used to be the location of London's biggest fruit and vegetable market. If any of you have seen the movie My Fair Lady, you might remember that this was the place where the Cockney Eliza Doolittle sold flowers to rich gentlemen. In the old days, it was also notorious for being London's red light district, where ladies would sell more than flowers, if you know what I mean. Then, in the 1970s, they decided to move the market to the other side of the river, in the area they call New Covent Garden in Vauxhall. The old Covent Garden was transformed to become the smart tourist magnet it is today, with trendy craft stores and high-end boutiques. Moving into the old premises, it is such a lively location, with street artists always entertaining the crowds. In the summer especially, it's a wonderful place to hang out, but watch out though, it can get pretty crowded. I have just come out of Covent Garden Market, which is just right there, and then the Apple store is just opposite. So it's just kind of next to each other, or opposite to each other. So we'll go in there and then and I'll show you the Apple store. See you there. You can see how very close Covent Garden Market and the Apple store are to each other. So if you have a faulty Apple device and you are around the area, then bring your device here, and I'm sure the Apple guys will sort it for you. We are back in the market area, and you can see a man and his daughter or granddaughter performing to the crowd, who seem to be loving it by taking pictures and videos. The first thing you need to do, or you can do without having to pay, if you come to London as a tourist, is to come to the Tower of London. And in the Tower of London, you can actually, to go inside, you actually need to pay, but to hang around and walk around the area and take some pictures and videos, it is completely free of charge. So you don't have to pay for that. And just to let you know, the Tower of London is also next to Tower Bridge. And when we get to Tower Bridge, I'll tell you more about the Tower Bridge. But now, stay tuned and let's go. For this attraction, we've come to the very oldest part of London. This was where the Romans first built the city nearly 2,000 years ago, choosing the location because it was the nearest place to the sea where they could build a bridge across the River Thames. The Tower of London dates back 1,000 years when King William the Conqueror ordered the building of a huge castle after he invaded Britain from France to show who was the new boss, just in case any of the locals caused troubles. Over the centuries, it remained a scary place where kings and queens would lock up people who got in their way and from time to time get rid of them once and for all. Among those who literally lost their heads in this place was Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. She was accused of adultery and treason by the king, but most people now think this was invented so Henry could marry another of the ladies he fancied, and because Anne only gave him a daughter when he longed for a son to be his successor. But ironically, that daughter turned into Queen Elizabeth I, one of the greatest and most powerful monarchs Britain ever had. Another victim executed at this spot, called Tower Hill, was Sir Thomas More. He was once a close friend of Henry VIII, who refused to accept the king as the head of the Church of England. So he lost his own head by sticking to his principles. 400 years after his death, Sir Thomas More was declared a saint by the Pope. This is a wonderful place for a walk by the river, surrounded by reminders of Britain's ancient past. Let me show you how close the Tower of London is to the Tower Bridge. You can see the Tower of London is just right in front of you, right? And then if you just turn over to your right hand side, you are seeing the Tower Bridge. And that is where we are going next, which is the last or the fifth thing you need to do free of charge if you come to London as a tourist. We are right in front of the Tower Bridge. Most people think in the different parts of the world think that the Tower Bridge is London Bridge. When I was in Nigeria, I was a victim. I thought the Tower Bridge is London Bridge, where we think London Bridge is falling down. But this is not the London Bridge. This is called the Tower Bridge. Please take note. If you come with me, you see the bridge over there, which looks so boring. That is the London Bridge. It's completely different from the Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge was built after a competition was launched in the 1880s to solve a problem. How could a bridge be built downstream from the old London Bridge, but still allows ships to pass through the docks which existed near the Tower of London at the time? The winning solution was this amazing design, which allows the whole of the central part of the bridge to be raised up when bigger ships have to pass through. It involved building huge steam engines to operate hydraulic pump, creating the mechanism to open the bridge. It was amazing technology for the time, and the towers were beautifully decorated to look more like a castle than a boring old bridge. Considering that they had none of today's construction equipment, Tower Bridge was built surprisingly quickly, 8 years in all from design to opening. Can you imagine a project like that being finished so quickly today? I don't think so. Here I am on top of the bridge, and I'm having a close view of the bridge. You see how big it is. From afar it looks skinny, but if you come closer you see how much of a gigantic bridge that it is. It's so beautiful. Thank you for sticking with me and watching through this video. I hope that you have enjoyed it and that you have learned something from the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Thank you so much. Bye for now.